The Tacoma Beaver Tail Step. What is it for, and do you need it? Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Robmotive. So, what is the Tacoma Beaver Tail Step, and do you really need it? Well, let's take a look. Here's a quick little dramatization for you. Now, there you can see obviously what it's for, right? It's to give you a spot to be able to step into the truck. You know, right here. Now, some people would argue, well, that's what this is for, right? It is, but I don't like scraping up against everything when I get in here, right? I'd rather just step right here, and it's actually a little bit lower. It's easier to step into unless, you know, you happen to be vertically gifted. If you've got legs that are, 6 feet long, well, then maybe having it a little higher is not so bad. But when you're average height like me, 5'9.5", it's actually the perfect height the way it is right here with this beaver tail step to be able to step on here and get into your truck. You know, I've got to admit, I use that thing way more than I ever thought I would. With the gate down, of course it's useless, but so is the step that's on the back of the truck. It's too bad that Toyota didn't put some sort of an integrated step on the side, something that would make it a little bit easier to get into the truck. Now, there is one other way to get into the truck, and that is to kind of step on the tire over here. You know, you kind of come around here and kind of hoist your leg up here and step on the tire and get in that way. However, I found that since I have the sport bar on mine, it's not very easy to use that to get in and out anymore. Plus, again, unless your legs are 6 feet long, it's kind of a stretch to be able to get up to the top of the tire to get in. Now, how does it attach? Well, it's pretty simple. You can probably see that yourself. It just plugs into the receiver, the hitch on the back of your truck. Obviously, you have to have the hitch, the receiver back there to be able to use one of these. And then also what I've done with mine, you can see here there is a lock, a little device here that I've put on to keep people from stealing this. You know, it's amazing today, but people will take just about anything. So having that on there just gives me a little bit of security. Now, full disclosure, it does move around. You guys can see that, you guys can hear that. So you are going to get some noise for it. And underneath where it plugs into the receiver, obviously moving around, it is going to rub off some of the paint under there, so you may potentially have rust. Now, I know there are some people who have done a few things to alleviate that. They put some foam around the inside, maybe some double-sided tape foam, something like that, to be able to keep it from bouncing around so much and to protect the receiver itself, I suppose. For me, I have found that the truck makes enough noise itself that I have never heard this thing moving around while I'm driving down the road. And that includes going over some pretty severe railroad tracks. So I haven't had any issues with that. Doesn't drive me nuts, but if you're real sound sensitive, it might bug you if you have your window down and everything's quiet and you go over a rough road. I suspect you may hear it. However, being that you know what it is and where it is and that it's not a big deal, I wouldn't let it bother you if that's the case. Now, there is one other huge benefit to having that beaver tail step on the back of the Tacoma, and that is protection. You know, it juts out a little bit, obviously, beyond the truck. You can see here from the side, we stick out about probably 6 to 8 inches, something like that. So the benefit in that is that if anybody is going to get too close, they're going to hit that first. They're not going to demolish the back of your bumper, the back of your truck or anything unless they're really moving. They're going to tag that. And it is solid. It's heavy. It's made out of, I'm guessing, probably iron. I'm not sure, maybe just steel. Definitely not aluminum, and it's gonna take a beating. It also provides good protection in the parking lots. You know, typically I pull through spaces. I don't pull in. So anybody that's going to pull in behind you or butt up against you, you know, those people that love to get this far away from your truck, they're going to have a problem. They're going to tag that thing first. And I much prefer that they hit that. It's not super expensive. I'll leave a link down below. You can check that out if you're interested. But I would much rather replace that, or actually probably just touch it up with black paint, than have to screw around repairing my bumper or replacing my bumper because somebody's gotten too close to me in a parking lot. Now, another benefit to it is it gives you another towing point, another place to hook up. Of course, it is attached to the hitch itself, which obviously is what you would be towing from. So it gives you nice open areas here to put tow straps. I don't know if you're a big time off-roader, you get stuck somewhere, or let's face it, the Toyota Tacoma never gets stuck. So you would be using that to pull people out. And again, since it does go into the receiver, the towing point on the truck, you're not stressing anything that maybe wasn't meant to be stressed. So I like the versatility of it. It serves as a step to get into the truck. It provides protection from those that drive too close to you. And it gives you an extra towing point to be able to pull people out if you need to. Now, there is one last benefit to it, and I discovered this because of tying things down in the back of the truck. I don't know about you, but I have tried to hook on before on the back here, and other than the sides of the hitch down here, and I'm talking about right here on the edges, there aren't a lot of other good tie-down points. Now, I did add these aftermarket tow hooks or tow points to the truck, but without having those on, there's not a good place to hook on a bungee cord or anything. You know, if you want to run something up over your bed, like to hold some wood down that's sticking out of the back of the truck or something else that's longer, now I can just hook on there and go over to the tie-down points in the truck, or just wrap around the wood or whatever and then go right back down. So I can secure it down here at the bottom, and I can secure in here with the two hooks on the sides, or even the cleats that I have in the side of the truck. So I've got to say, for the money, it's one of the simplest little mods that you can buy that gives you all kinds of different uses. It's very versatile. It's done well. It hasn't chipped or anything like that. It looks like it's still in pretty good shape to me. And I got to say, since it's just a step on the back of the truck, if it ever does chip or anything, I'll probably hit it with some bed liner or something, and it's very easy to do. Anyway, I just wanted to run through, kind of give a little bit of an update as to how it's doing on the back of my truck and what I actually do use it for. Gotta say, it is very handy. Leave a comment if you've got one. What do you use it for? Do you find it useful, or is it just some thing hanging off the back of your truck? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Robmotive FST, all about my 2020 Toyota Tundra, sitting right out there. And Robmotive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.